Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing an important development in Singapore's fight against phishing scams. The Monetary Authority of Singapore and the Infocom Media Development Authority have introduced a shared responsibility framework that comes into effect on the 16th of December 2024. The shared responsibility framework aims to hold financial institutions and telcos more accountable in cases of phishing scams. Let's break down what this means, how it works, and my thoughts on the potential impact. The Shared Responsibility Framework outlines specific duties for banks and telcos to help prevent phishing scams. If these entities fail to perform their duties, they may be required to compensate victims for their losses. Under this framework, banks must block or hold suspicious transactions for 24 hours if they involve amounts exceeding $25,000. And they also have to conduct real-time fraud surveillance to prevent rapid transfers. Also, telcos are required to filter scam SMSs and to block known phishing links. Messages will only be allowed from authorized SMS aggregators. The goal is to enhance security and to reduce the risk of large amounts being drained from consumers' accounts without their knowledge. The framework sets out 5 key duties for financial institutions and 3 for telcos. Banks must impose a 12-hour cooling off period for large transfers or new e-wallet logins and send real-time alerts for high-risk activities. Telcos need to ensure that scam SMSs are filtered and delivered only through verified channels. The emphasis is on early detection and prevention, which may add some inconvenience for consumers, especially for large transactions. But as MAS noted, this friction is necessary for added security. The Shared Responsibility Framework establishes a process to determine liability. If banks or telcos fail in their duties, they will be fully liable for the scam losses. On the other hand, if they meet their obligations, the consumer bears the loss. Consumers still have recourse to lodge a complaint with the Financial Industry Disputes Resolution Centre. It's also important to note that the Shared Responsibility Framework does not cover all types of scams. For example, scams involving investment schemes, love scams, or fraudulent transactions through hacking or identity theft fall outside its scope. The need for this framework is evident. Scam losses in Singapore reached over 385 million in the first half of 2024, with phishing scams accounting for 13.3 million. If the trend continues, losses may exceed 770 million by the end of the year. This is a significant problem, and the new framework aims to alleviate some of the financial burdens on consumers while making institutions more vigilant. Singapore isn't alone in implementing shared loss schemes. Countries such as Australia, the United Kingdom, and members of the European Union are exploring or enforcing similar frameworks to hold financial institutions accountable for fraud losses. The inclusion of telcos in Singapore's approach is unique and reflects the key role that SMS plays in scams over here. While the Shared Responsibility Framework represents a positive step towards protecting consumers, the scope of the framework excludes certain types of scams which might still leave victims without recourse. Moreover, the reliance on compliance from banks and telcos means there is still room for error or disputes over whether duties were fully met. The inclusion of telcos as responsible parties underlines their role in scam prevention, given the widespread use of SMS for phishing attempts. Questions remain as to how effectively telcos can manage and filter out scam messages in real time. From a legal perspective, the shift towards a shared responsibility signals a broader trend of requiring businesses to take more proactive roles in fraud prevention. It also reflects a growing public demand for accountability when large institutions fail to protect their customers. The Shared Responsibility Framework is an important development in Singapore's efforts to combat phishing scams. It adds layers of protection while holding banks and telcos accountable. However, it is not a cure-all, and both institutions and consumers must remain vigilant. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.